Hello, hello, Jesse here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, I just had a peaceful night's rest and woke up this morning thankful to see another day, blessed to see another day. And I wanted to speak on this specifically this morning. You know, for a lot of individuals, there's only a few things that are keeping them from being, you know, on top of the world, so to speak, right? Now, those things that are keeping people from being on top of the world, might not be an issue for the next person. The next person might be okay. The next person might be just fine, but that person is lacking something that is so much more important than what other people might be worried about or concerned about. So I'm saying all this because there are some people that have abused the power that they have. They have abused the tools that they have in order to hurt or affect another person. And that is a mistake. For what you are arrogant about today and cocky about today and bold about today in regard to the tools that you have, to things that you're not worried about or concerned about, those could be a problem or an issue for you tomorrow or the next day. When I tell you, you really have to be careful about how you use your resources in this world, in your life. If you use your resources for evil, for wicked, for negative, those resources can get taken away from you. And it's those resources that you may one day really, really need. For some people, it's connections, it's your network, it's your social settings. They need that. They need that. But there are people that will use their connections, their social settings, their networks in the wrong ways. That will get their so called network or social network in trouble. So these covens, these groups, organizations, and whatnot that you may be a part of or other people may be a part of, they might be using those organizations to commit heinous, disgusting acts against other people because of the power that these organizations, these covens, these groups have. And they know the power that these covens and groups have. They love that. They get off to that. They love having the power of a group behind them. And if they can use that power to go against one person or multiple people and attack them and hurt them and damage and scar their reputation and whatnot, they'll do so. That's a big mistake, because that same group that you're using, that you having this power trip with, could be the same group that turns on you tomorrow and starts using the weight of their force against you. And you thought that you had them on your side, on your team forever, and that's not the case. Now I'm going to go into something else. Now, what about money? Because this is why I initially was going to talk about money. People that have access to money, whether they come from a wealthy background, wealthy family, or whether they, invested in stocks or the stock market, or invested in different companies and whatnot, or whether they started a business and their business, grew and got very successful. When I tell you that money, that money can do more damage than good in your life, as opposed to another person where that money could do more good in their life as well as in the life of other people. But there are some people that use their money, use their wealth, use their richness to insult or abuse other people or to hurt other people. You've heard of people that have hired gang stalkers, harassers, hired people to investigate, to bully, and so on and so forth, other individuals. It happens. That's real. That really happens to people. And like I said, you could have it today, but then tomorrow you don't have it. What then? What are you going to do? There are some things in life where your resources and your money cannot fix, cannot buy, cannot replace. People that like to engage in smear campaigns and being toxic and being bullies and being evil, wicked, cruel to others for whatever their reasoning is, which is not justified. These are the types of individuals that have to undergo extreme judgment for their behaviors, especially against those that would never use resources in a negative manner. See, those are the ones that God will bless. He'll give them what they need as well as what they want and desire, because He knows they have been tested, they have been through the fire, they have been through it. And He knows that He can trust them with what He rewards them. Heard it saying the rewards of the riches of the wicked are saved up for the righteous. That is so true. And those riches they'll come to you in a myriad of ways. You just have to be patient. You have to remain humble, and you have to keep trusting and keeping the faith that God is going to bestow upon you what it is that you need, when you need it, and how you need it. This is something that the wicked refuse to understand. That if God is for us, then who dare be against us? That's why they continue to behave in a manner that is very unbecoming. Just so that they can feel some kind of power or control, knowing that they don't have the ultimate power or control. I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go. Bye.